Welcome to Security Incident Response. When security incidents happen, quick response is key. This means acting fast to contain and fix security issues before they spread. For example, if an employee's account gets hacked, immediately disabling it prevents unauthorized access to company data. Responding promptly minimizes damage and helps maintain trust in your systems. Proper response minimizes damage and recovery time. This means acting quickly and correctly when a security issue occurs to limit harm and restore normal operations faster. For example, if an unauthorized access is detected, immediately revoking those permissions prevents data theft and avoids prolonged system downtime. Following these steps ensures your organization remains secure and resilient. Today we will learn the basics of handling security events. This means understanding how to detect and respond to security issues in your systems. For example, if someone tries unauthorized access to your cloud application, you'd identify it and take action. Mastering these steps helps protect your organization effectively. You will practice with simulated scenarios. This means you will work through realistic security incidents in a safe, controlled training environment. For example, you might respond to a simulated data breach by following our incident response procedures. This hands-on approach ensures you are prepared and confident when facing real security challenges. A security incident is a breach of system integrity or data confidentiality. Any event that could harm your BTP environment. This means any action or occurrence that threatens the safety or availability of your SAP systems and data. For example, an unauthorized user gaining access to your development account. Protecting against such incidents is essential for maintaining your platform's integrity. Examples: unauthorized access, suspicious activities. This means someone gains entry to systems without permission or behaves in ways that suggest malicious intent. For instance, if an employee's account suddenly accesses sensitive financial data at 3 a.m. from another country. Recognizing these signs early is crucial for protecting your SAP BTP environment. Data leaks or system misuse. This means sensitive information is accidentally exposed or someone uses the system in an unauthorized way. For example, an employee might mistakenly email a confidential customer list to the wrong external person. It is crucial to prevent these incidents to protect your company's data and reputation. Anything that breaks security rules. This means any action or event that violates established security policies. For example, if an employee shares their password with a colleague, that's a security incident because it breaks the rule of keeping passwords confidential. Always follow security procedures to protect systems and data. The incident response life cycle. Preparation: getting ready before incidents happen. This means proactively setting up tools and processes to handle security issues. For example, configuring SAP BTP to automatically log all system access attempts. By preparing in advance, your team can respond faster and more effectively when real incidents occur. Detection: noticing something is wrong. This is the initial step where you identify unusual activity, like an unexpected system alert. For instance, if a user reports they cannot access their authorized data, that's detection. Recognizing these signs early is crucial for a swift response. Containment, stopping the problem from spreading. This means quickly isolating the issue to prevent further impact. For example, if a security vulnerability is detected in one application, immediately restrict its network access to protect other systems. Swift containment is essential to minimize overall damage and maintain operational stability. Investigation, understanding what happened. This means gathering all available information to determine the cause and scope of a security incident. For instance, if an application is slow, you'd check logs to see if it is a system overload or a security breach. This foundational step is crucial for deciding the correct response. Recovery, fixing and restoring systems. This means returning your SAP BTP services to normal operation after resolving an incident. For example, if a memory leak caused an application crash, you would patch the issue and restart the service. Ultimately, this phase ensures your business applications are stable and functional again for users. Review, learning for the future. This means analyzing past incidents to improve. For example, after a system outage, the team identifies that better monitoring could have provided earlier warnings. This learning helps prevent similar issues going forward. Always use these reviews to strengthen your processes. Step 1. Detect potential incidents. Monitor BTP cockpit for unusual activities. This means regularly checking your SAP BTP platform for any unexpected system behavior or unauthorized access attempts. For example, you might notice a sudden, large spike in data egress from your cloud database. Consistently doing this is your first line of defense in identifying security threats. Watch for unexpected system behavior. This means monitoring your SAP BTP environment for any activity that deviates from the normal, established patterns. For instance, if an application suddenly starts consuming significantly more memory without any related user activity. Proactively identifying these anomalies is your first line of defense in incident management. Check security alerts and notifications. This means regularly reviewing automated warnings from your SAP BTP systems about suspicious activities. For instance, if there's an alert for multiple failed login attempts from an unknown location, you would investigate it. Consistently monitoring these alerts is your first line of defense against security threats. Look for patterns that seem suspicious. This means actively searching for unusual or repeated activities in your system that do not fit normal behavior. For example, noticing multiple failed login attempts from an unfamiliar location for a single user account. Consistently identifying these anomalies is your first line of defense against security threats. Step 2. Classify the incident. Determine how serious the incident is. This means assessing the impact on your business operations. For example, a minor login issue for one user is less serious than a complete system outage halting all sales. Properly classifying the severity ensures the right resources are assigned to resolve it efficiently. Ask what systems are affected. This means identifying which specific applications or services are experiencing the issue. For example, if users cannot log in, determine if it is the HR system, the customer portal, or both. Pinpointing the affected systems is essential for directing your troubleshooting efforts efficiently. How many users are impacted? This means determining the scale of the problem by counting affected individuals. For example, if an app's login fails, check if it is just one person's account or the entire department. Identifying this scope is crucial for prioritizing your response and allocating the right resources to resolve the issue efficiently. Is sensitive data at risk? This means determining if the incident could expose confidential information like customer details or financial records. For example, if an employee accidentally emails a file containing client credit card numbers to the wrong person. Identifying this risk is crucial for prioritizing the response and applying necessary data protection measures immediately. This helps prioritize your response. This means you determine how serious the incident is so you can decide which problems to fix first. For example, if a payroll system is down, you would address it immediately over a minor reporting delay. Proper classification ensures critical business operations receive immediate attention. Proceed with initial response actions. Stay calm and follow your procedures. This means keeping a clear head and using your established checklists or runbooks. For instance, if an alert appears, first consult your incident guide instead of making random changes. Adhering to this approach ensures you handle situations methodically and effectively. Isolate affected systems if possible. This means separating compromised parts of your IT landscape from the rest to prevent a problem from spreading. For instance, if a development server is infected with malware, disconnect it from the network immediately. This containment is a critical first step to limit damage and protect your healthy environments. Preserve evidence for investigation. This means securing all relevant data without alteration, like logs or user records. For example, if a suspicious transaction occurs, immediately export and save the system logs before anyone makes changes. This ensures the integrity of information for any subsequent analysis. Notify your security team immediately. This means alerting your company's experts who handle security threats right away without delay. For example, if you detect an unauthorized user accessing your cloud system, you inform them first. Prompt notification is the most critical step to contain and resolve security incidents effectively. Do not delete anything yet. This means preserve all current data and logs for analysis. For example, if a sales report looks wrong, keep the original entries so we can trace the discrepancy. This ensures you have the evidence needed to properly diagnose and resolve the issue. Step 4. Document everything thoroughly and consistently. Record when you first noticed the incident. This means noting the exact date and time the problem started. For example, if an employee reports they cannot access the SAP system at 9:15 a.m., you write that time down immediately. This initial timestamp is crucial for tracking the issue's duration and is often the first question support will ask. Write down what you observed. This means recording your actual findings during development or testing, not what you expected. For example, if a workflow fails, note the exact error message and step where it stopped. This creates a reliable record for troubleshooting and future reference. Note any actions you have taken. This means recording every step you perform in SAP BTP. For example, if you create a new service instance, log the date, service type, and configuration details. This practice ensures you can track changes and troubleshoot effectively, making your work transparent and repeatable. Keep track of who you have notified. This means maintaining a clear record of everyone you have informed about a change or issue. For example, if you update a cloud application, log which teams, like security or development, were alerted. This ensures accountability and prevents miscommunication, keeping your project organized and transparent. Documentation helps with investigation. This means clear records let you trace issues back to their source. For example, if an app fails, logs and notes help pinpoint whether the error was in code, configuration, or data. Thorough documentation saves valuable time and reduces guesswork during troubleshooting. Communication during incidents. Only share information with authorized people. This means during an incident, you must confirm who is officially permitted to receive updates before speaking. For example, only provide status details to the designated incident commander or management team, not to curious colleagues. Following this rule protects sensitive information and maintains operational security. Follow your company's communication plan. This means using the specific procedures your organization has already prepared for sharing information during a problem. For example, if a system goes down, you would notify your designated incident manager instead of sending a general email. Adhering to this plan ensures a coordinated and effective response from the entire team. Be clear but do not cause panic. This means providing direct information without alarming language. For example, instead of saying the system is crashing, say we are experiencing temporary issues and our team is actively resolving them. This approach maintains trust while ensuring transparency about the situation. Update stakeholders regularly. This means keeping everyone informed with frequent, clear status reports during an incident. For example, if a critical application fails, you would send a brief email update every 30 minutes to managers and support teams. Consistent communication builds trust and ensures everyone is aligned on the resolution progress. Keep communications factual. This means sharing only verified information without speculation or emotion. For example, state the payroll system is currently unavailable and the team is investigating, not this payroll outage is a huge disaster. Sticking to the facts prevents panic and maintains trust during a stressful incident. Using the BTP cockpit for incident response. Access security monitoring tools. This means using BTP's built-in features to watch for unusual access patterns or potential threats to your applications. For example, if an employee's account shows login attempts from another country, these tools flag it immediately. Staying vigilant with these tools helps protect your cloud solutions from unauthorized access. Check audit logs for suspicious activities. This means reviewing system records to detect unusual actions like unauthorized access. For example, if someone repeatedly tries to log in with incorrect credentials, it could signal a security threat. Consistently monitoring these logs helps protect your environment and respond quickly to potential incidents. Review user access and permissions. This means checking who has access to systems and what they are allowed to do to identify potential security issues. For example, if an employee changes roles, you would verify they no longer have access to old, sensitive financial data. This step is crucial for securing your applications and data. Monitor system health and performance. This means continuously checking your SAP systems to ensure they are running smoothly and efficiently. For example, if an online store slows down during a sale, you can use the cockpit to quickly identify and address the performance bottleneck. Staying proactive with these checks helps prevent major issues before they impact your business. Use built-in security features. This means leveraging BTP's native tools like role collections and authentication settings that are pre-configured for protection. For instance, quickly restrict user access during a suspicious login attempt from an unrecognized location. These integrated capabilities ensure your incident response is both immediate and effective. Practice simulated incident scenario. Let's walk through a practice scenario. We will simulate a real problem to apply your skills. For instance, an app on SAP BTP suddenly cannot connect to its database. You will diagnose the issue step by step, checking configurations and logs. This hands-on approach solidifies your troubleshooting abilities and builds confidence for real incidents. You notice unusual login attempts. This means seeing login activity that doesn't match normal user behavior, like attempts from unknown locations or at odd hours. For example, an employee who always works in Germany suddenly has login tries from another country. Always investigate these anomalies promptly to protect your systems. Follow the steps we just learned. This means using the same procedures we practiced to solve this new problem. For example, if we just practiced checking application logs, now apply those exact steps to find the error in this simulated incident. This consistent approach ensures you correctly resolve issues every time. We will go through this together. This means I will guide you step by step through this practice exercise. For example, if an app has a performance issue, I will show you how to check logs and diagnose it. You will learn by following along with my instructions in real time. Remember, detect, classify, respond, document. This means first identify an issue, then determine its type, take action to fix it, and record what happened. For example, if an application is slow, you detect the slowness, classify it as a performance issue, respond by checking resources, and document the steps taken. Following this process ensures consistent and effective incident management every time. After the incident, review and learn. Once resolved, conduct a review. This means gathering the team to analyze what happened, why, and how to prevent it in the future. For example, after a system outage, the team would discuss the cause and update monitoring procedures. This process turns a single fix into lasting improvements for your systems. What worked well in our response? This means identifying the successful parts of how we handled the issue. For example, if our team quickly shared information using a specific chat tool, that's a success. Recognizing these effective actions helps us repeat them in future incidents, making our responses stronger each time. What could we improve next time? This means identifying specific, actionable changes for future incidents. For example, after a slow response, a team might realize they need better alert thresholds to detect issues earlier. Continuously asking this question turns every incident into a valuable opportunity for growth. Update procedures based on lessons learned. This means revising your standard operating steps to incorporate new insights from the incident. For example, if a password reset process failed, you might add a verification step to prevent future lockouts. Continuously improving your procedures ensures greater system reliability and security. Share knowledge with your team. This means documenting what happened and discussing it openly so everyone understands the cause and solution. For example, if a service outage occurred due to a configuration error, hold a brief meeting to explain the mistake and the fix. This practice helps prevent the same issue from happening again. Key takeaways. Quick response reduces damage. This means acting fast when an SAP issue occurs limits its negative effects. For example, if a payment process fails, addressing it immediately prevents order delays and customer frustration. Therefore, timely action is key to minimizing business impact. Follow the incident lifecycle steps. This means methodically tracking every issue from detection to resolution. For example, if a payroll report fails, first log the incident, assign it, fix the data issue, verify the fix, and finally close the ticket. Consistently applying these steps ensures efficient and reliable problem solving in SAP BTP. Document everything you do. This means keeping detailed notes on all your BTP configurations and development steps. For example, if you create a new service instance, record its parameters and purpose. This practice ensures you can replicate, troubleshoot, and explain your work effectively later. Always maintain clear records to build a reliable and understandable project history. Communicate properly with your team. This means sharing updates and listening to others to avoid misunderstandings. For example, if you change a project deadline, immediately tell your team so they can adjust their tasks. Clear communication ensures everyone works together smoothly and prevents costly errors. Always learn from each incident. This means treating every problem as a learning opportunity to prevent it from happening again. For example, if a deployment fails, analyze the logs to find the root cause and update your deployment checklist. This continuous improvement makes your solutions more robust over time. You are ready to respond. You now understand incident response basics. This means you know how to detect, analyze, and address issues in SAP BTP services to minimize impact. For example, if an application suddenly becomes slow, you'd check service metrics to identify the cause. This foundational knowledge prepares you to handle real situations effectively. You can identify potential security incidents. This means spotting unusual activities that could indicate a security threat, like unexpected data access. For example, if an employee's account suddenly accesses sensitive financial data at an odd hour, you would flag this as suspicious. Recognizing these signs early helps prevent breaches and protects your systems effectively. You know the initial response steps. This means immediately securing the affected system to prevent further issues. For example, if an application has a security alert, your first action is to isolate it from the network. Following these steps correctly protects your entire landscape from escalation. You understand the importance of documentation. This means keeping clear records of your work, so anyone can understand and use it. For example, when you build an app, document the steps so your teammate can fix it if you are away. Good documentation saves time and prevents errors for everyone. Keep practicing, you have got this. This means consistent hands-on work builds your skills and confidence. For example, if you are learning to build applications on SAP BTP, try creating a simple app each week. Your growing expertise will make complex tasks feel natural over time.